Hello, this is Marilla with Hearthside Comforts, and in this video I am going to demonstrate how to do a briar stitch, or feather stitch as it is commonly called. To get started, you'll need an embroidery needle, and the important thing to know is you need it sharp enough on the end to get through the fabric easily, and that the eye of the needle needs to be large enough for your embroidery thread. I'm going to be using just a number 10 cotton crochet thread used for doilies or things like that. You can also use a pearl cotton. I use whatever I have on hand typically, and tonight I have, as I'm filming this, I have the cotton crochet thread. As you can see here, I have cut off a piece of the thread and knotted it in one end here. Next, I'm going to take one of these seams and I'm going to start here in the corner. And you always want to start at the top of your seam and work down. So I'm going to come up and then I'm going to move across that seam and go down and then I'm going to bring my needle back up about like that, wrap my yarn under like this, and pull the needle through. And that's my first stitch. Then I go over back to the seam, across the seam I should say, put the needle through, and bring the thread under, and make my next stitch. You can just continue crossing that seam, finding a point, going down and coming up, and of course where you put your needle down and come back up is going to affect the way your stitch looks. You can make them tiny or large. Okay, and there I am to the end. And when I get to the end, what I do is I take my needle and I just go down at the end of the stitch. You can see here my thread is coming up. My thread is coming up back here, so I'm going to want to go down in the front of that stitch there to hold that last stitch in place. So I pull the thread through and then I turn this over. See the back of it there? I turn this over and knot it. And that is the end of that seam. And I'll take my scissors and clip that. I will do this on each of these seams. Something that I like to do so that the pillow could be changed, if somebody wants it to be going a different direction. I like to alternate the direction that I start just so that the seams aren't going all one way. So on the next one, I'm actually going to flip it around and start at the top. Over here, I'll be going this way so that they're just going in opposite directions. Of course, if you're doing this on a project that has a very definite direction and you want all of the seams going one way, that is an option as well.